Well, the great technological wars are upon us once again. Previous generation, or not so long ago, it was smartphones. Before that, the PC. And now it's ChatGPT. You see all of the high-tech companies literally racing, just spending money nonstop, frantically trying to get ahead of the game. And with the realization that Microsoft, of all companies, has a leg up with their purchase of the first major ChatGPT technology, started, of course, by a nice Jewish boy. It really got me thinking after playing around with ChatGPT, which I'm sure everyone has, even if you want to deny it. I'm sure everyone has already written an email using ChatGPT, or dare I say made a sermon, God forbid. But it really got me thinking, especially I read today that Elon Musk is now wading into the waters and going to try to outspend everyone. And we are really at a danger here of completely losing whatever individuality we may have had while we are still enslaved to our technology. Whatever individuality is left will be lost to this crazy algorithm that just spews and spits out beautiful sentences that would take us an hour to write, takes now 30 seconds. And I was really thinking that this dovetails perfectly with the Torah portions of the week. We're talking about sacrifices and the supernatural laws of this disease called tzaraat, which afflicts a person who speaks slander. And a lot of people have a hard time with these Torah portions, understandably so. They're very difficult. A lot of the laws are not relevant anymore because we have no temple. But at the core of it all, if you think about it, it's about preserving your individuality and identity. Because when you bring a sacrifice, an animal sacrifice, to the temple, to the priest, confess your mistakes upon it, and he offers it up on the altar to God, you're saying a statement. You're saying, I'm not this faceless, nameless sheep, literally, or cow, or goat, or bird, that has no identifying personality, survival of the fittest. That's for a different part of the natural world. That's for the Almighty. I'm giving this animal to preserve my own identity in order to fix the mistakes that makes me uniquely human, which is the ability to recognize the mistake, to fix it, to change, to grow. The things that necessarily animals cannot do or aren't created to do. It's about preserving your own individuality within this collective set of parameters and rules. A very difficult thing to achieve. But there's a whole book in the Torah, book of Leviticus, which I think is dedicated to teaching us this sublime, poignant lesson. That sometimes it's hard, but if you sacrifice one thing, you can still preserve your identity. That's lesson number one. Lesson number two, the point of these animal sacrifices, not because God needs these animals, obviously not, He's infinite, but because it's telling us, that's not who I am. I'm not this faceless, nameless, cookie-cutter, conveyor belt entity living and breathing on this earth like everyone else. I am my own unique individual. I'm offering that nameless thing that did that mistake over there in order to preserve my identity, in order to connect to the Almighty. God willing, we should take the lesson of the Mitzorer, the person afflicted with a supernatural disease, and animal sacrifices, and use it to continue enhancing our own personal identity and realization that Judaism is something to offer me as an individual, as a human being. Shabbat Shalom.